Hello, good afternoon, everyone. So today we're gonna have our second lesson for this quarter. But before that, let us recall all the things that we've learned from the past week's lesson. So we have studied the language of research, campaigns, and advocacy. So what is the common thing about these three things about research, advocacy, and campaign? So their similarity is they all use persuasive language or persuasive techniques to hook the readers to persuade them or convince them to side on the author's side. So yeah, last time we have um, differentiated what campaign and advocacy is, and I have taught you the 10 techniques. We have 10 techniques for writing a persuasive speech or writing. So right now, we are going to tackle another function of language, or yeah, the um, another function of language aside from persuasive language or persuasive writing. So today we're going to understand argumentation. So we have understood persuasion and argumentation. Why is there a need to understand argumentation when it comes to research? Because research is basically an argumentative persuasive paper. So we have to understand what argumentation is, because basically a research paper is like a position paper. So we claim about something and we are going to fight for the claim or the argument that we're trying to win. So let's get on to the lesson. I want to talk about giving opinions. Of course, every one of us have everyone has their own opinion about certain things. For example, this coming election, we all have our own opinion about who is the best candidate for this presidential elections that will happen on 2022. So it says here that it's normal for any person to have an opinion or a stand on issues happening around him or her. Behind someone's opinion or stand on issues that affect him or her are reasons. So we have to take note of that. Behind someone's opinion or stand on issues that affect him are what? Reasons or explanations for whichever side he or she takes. There are times when a person is compelled to provide these explanations to support his or her claims or idea. So there are basically reasons for each stand. And um, how do you make up or how do you come up with these reasons? Because you have explanations behind those reasons. So you call it claims or ideas. Okay, in argumentation, while expressing opinions or claims about an issue seems to be an easy thing to do, kasi ang dali naman magbigay ng opinion, right? But it says here, writing effective argumentative text such as an argumentative essay is actually not. So, kahit ang daling magbigay ng opinion about certain thing that's happening around you, it's very hard to write it down because writing is well, actually for me, kahit language teacher ako, it's very hard to write anything because writing is a very, I'm not saying that the other macro skill is not structural, but this one, kapansin-pansin kasi talaga when you write about something, it shows whether you have a structure when you are writing. So it says here, it requires a clear understanding of what argumentative writing is, knowing structural patterns of argumentative text. That's second. Bakit daw mahirap? Number one, we should have a clear understanding of what argumentative writing is. Ano ba talaga yung argumentative writing? Second, what are the different structural patterns? So, ibig sabihin, merong structure ang argumentative text. And then we have here employing techniques in researching and supporting a claim. So what does it mean? So it says here that sa making argumentative text, kailangan natin ng claims. At paano tayo makakakuha ng claims para supportahan yung claims natin? Kailangan may backup siya ng research. So, dapat may mga kukunin tayo na reliable sources to convince the readers to side on our opinions. And says here, the last one, as well as using language features appropriate for argumentation. And nakikita nyo po yung dalawang may highlight dyan. Nakalagay dyan ay structural patterns and language features, and these are what you're going to study today. Kung nag-aral tayo ng language features or language techniques in persuasive writing last week, today we're going to tackle more on argumentation. Alright, so kailangan maintindihan muna natin what is argumentation and what basically is argumentative writing. So, what is the root word of argumentative? Alright, so if your answer is argument or argue, it means to talk back or like, di ba parang yung argue in Tagalog is parang makipag-away, pero no, it's an intelligent parang debate, something. So, argumentative writing is sometimes called persuasive writing. Bakit? Bakit sila magkaparehas? Because both of them seeks to convince readers to support a stand on certain issue. So, what is the objective of argumentative essay? So, what is the objective of this? Ano ang goal natin kapag nagsulat dito? Ano ang goal natin kapag nakagawa tayo ng essay? It is to convince or persuade the reader into considering your stand or argument on an issue. So, ayun po, parehas lang siya ng persuasive writing, pero ito, makikita natin yung iba't ibang structural patterns ng argumentative writing, at yun yung kinaiba niya sa persuasive writing, but they have the same goal. That is to convince or persuade the reader to what? To consider your stand. Alright, so today we're going to study first the key structural elements of argumentative writing. Ano ba ang components ng isang argument? So, it says here that proposition is very essential in argumentative writing. Ano ba yung proposition? It serves as the point of reference of the argumentative writer. It is where the writer decides whether to express his, her agreement or disagreement. So, halimbawa, meron tayong issue. Kapag ikaw ay nag-side doon sa issue, meaning kung ikaw ay pro doon sa issue, that is your proposition because you agree on that. But if you disagree on that, then that is also called proposition. This is your position. Kaya nga siya position. It is your stand on certain issues. So, ano po ba ang basic components of an argument muna? First, we have to understand that every argument, there is a claim. So, yun nga po yun, yung ating idea. Ano yung claim natin? Ano yung standpoint natin? Second, the reasons behind the claim. Ano-ano yung mga dahilan kung bakit yun ang stand natin. And third, ano yung mga evidences na nagsusupport sa reasons mo. When we say evidences, hindi to sabi-sabi. So when we say evidences, these are basically statistically approved. These were taken from the words of an expert. So those are evidences to support your reasons, and that reasons is supporting your claim. So una muna may claim. Under ng claim, iba't ibang reasons for claim. Under reasons, may mga sub-evidence tayo per reasons. Ayun, ganun po ang component ng our effective argumentative writing. So, we have three patterns of how ideas or arguments may be presented in an argumentative essay. So, meron tayong tatlong pattern. Pattern A, B, C. Ano ba ang magkakasunod na makikita sa isang essay? So, sabi dito, pattern A, dito muna tayo sa pattern A, di ba? So, we have the thesis statement. Yung thesis statement, yun yung claim. Ano bang stand mo dun sa issue na yun? Ikaw ba ay pro? Or you're an anti? Or ikaw ba ay agree? Or disagree sa isang issue? So, nandun na yon. Usually, yung thesis statement, isang paragraph yon. Okay? So, nandoon na sinusuportahan mo or hindi mo sinusuportahan. And then next, sa body ng essay. Diba sa essay, meron tayong tatlong parts, intro, body, conclusion. So, dito, ang laman ng introduction nyo ay thesis statement, your claim, your stand. So, sa body, eto na. Nandito na yung, dito nalalabas yung mga reasons for your claim. Nakalagay dito, first pro, ibig sabihin po ng pro ay supporting ideas. Okay, unang supporting ideas, pangalawang supporting ideas, and letter D, cons or refutations. Ano ibig sabihin ng cons or refutations? So, yun yung counter-argument mo. So, halimbawa, kine-claim mo sa una na na okay lang ang death penalty. Yung first pro at second pro, magbibigay ka ng dalawang supporting idea kung bakit sinusupport mo yung death penalty. Dito naman sa cons or refutations, dito ka naman magagawa ng bakit hindi dapat bakit ipaglalaban mo ano yung mga disagreements tungkol sa hanapan mo ng butas yung disagreement ng death penalty. Ganon. Tapos, yung conclusion, yun yung summary. Gets? Ulitin ko So, una, thesis statement, ito yung stand mo. Yung first pro and second pro, yun yung mga supporting ideas mo. And letter D, cons or refutations. So, sisirain mo naman or hahanapan mo ng butas yung counterclaim mo. Yung hindi mo kiniklaim. So, yun. And then, conclusion. I hope naintindihan nyo yun ha. So, yung unang dalawa, pro ka. Support. Yung namang isa, counter-argument. Okay? So, letter B. Ano bang pinagkaiba nito? Nagkabali-baliktad lang. Okay? So, kung dito sa pattern A, nauna yung supporting ideas, sa pattern B, baliktad. So, una muna, thesis statement, huli pa rin yung conclusion, ang pinagkaiba yung laman ng body. Dito, ang una ay cons plus refutations, yung counter-argument mo, tapos saka yung supporting details mo. Okay? Yun lang ang pinagkaiba ng pattern A at B. Parehas ang intro at conclusion, pero magkabaliktad yung laman ng body. Pattern C ay ibang-iba. So, ano po ba ang pattern C? Thesis statement, tapos first con, second con, third con, and then conclusion. So, may nakikita ba kayong supporting idea sa claim? Wala. Ibig sabihin, itong pattern C, puro lang siyang counter-argument. So, hindi mo na kailangan i-explain yung supporting ideas mo. Magbibigay ka dito ng tatlo or more na counter-arguments. Bakit hindi mo sinusuportahan or bakit mo sinusuportahan yung thesis, yung issues mo sa iyong thesis statement. Okay? So, yun lang yun. Yun yung mga pwede nyong sundin kapag gagawa kayo. At least may pattern. 'Di ba? Okay, so let's go to the language features of an argumentative text. Kung ang persuasive text ay may 10, ang language features ay may 3. 3 lang. Alright, so ito ulit yung pinag-aralan natin last week. So, 3 language features of an argumentative text. Number 1, ang suking-suking number 1, we have modals. So, ano nga po ulit yung modal verb? Ano nga po yung root word ng modal? It's mode. Ibig sabihin, ginagamit lang siya for certain circumstances. Right? So, we have here the use of modal verbs like should and must to express suggestion and obligation respectively contributes to the achievement of sentences that provides support to the main argument. O halimbawa yan, yun yung should, must, can, could, ought to, must, yung mga ganon. So, ginagamit natin yung modal sa argumentative text kasi nagko-convince tayo. So, anong gagamitin natin? Should. Nakalagay dito, the public should consider wearing face shields as additional protection against COVID-19 infection. Letter B, every Filipino must. So you see, nag-uutos. Must, hindi sinabing every Filipino would or can conserve water, hindi man ganon. Sinabi ay must, very directive. Every Filipino must conserve water, energy, and other natural resources. So kapag gumagamit tayo ng should and must, or iba pang modals, mas convincing kasi mas diretso, straight to the idea yung gusto nating mangyari. Number 2, we have evaluative language. Ano pinagkaiba na to? Di ba yung sa persuasive text, meron tayong emotive language. Ito naman, evaluative language. The use of evaluative language, usually in the form of adjectives, reflects the writer's attitude towards a certain idea. Actually, parehas lang sila. So, this one, itong evaluative, mas ano lang siya, mas asserted. So, it says here, appalling, awful, disgusting, dreadful, horrendous, incredible, revolting, ridiculous, shocking, terrible, wonderful. So, ito ay mga adjectives at gumagamit din tayo nito sa argumentative text kagaya ng sa persuasive text. So, kapag gumagamit kasi tayo ng adjectives, ano nga po ulit ang adjectives? It is a part of speech which describes a noun and a pronoun. So, mas lalo ba siyang, di ba, pag nagde-describe tayo ng isang bagay, parang lalong nabibigyan ng kulay yung isang bagay kasi mas naiintindihan natin kung ano siya. Kasi dinidescribe ng isang adjective and we use that for argumentative text. And the last one, transitions. Ito, pinakamahalaga to. The use of appropriate transitional device, transitional device plays a great part in maintaining the smooth flow of ideas. And these are known as connectives or conjunctions. Help achieve coherence in writing. At nagkamali si ma'am ng example. So, ano bang mga example ng connectives? Nagkamali ako ng nilagay dyan, hindi ko na-copy. So, the example of connectives are nevertheless, henceforth, moreover, something like that. You call it connectives. Bakit? Pinagko-connect niya yung dalawang sentence. So, yun din, ang conjunctions din ay may kanya-kanyang use. So, halimbawa, gusto mo pang palawigin yung, halimbawa, sentence 1 and sentence 2, parehas lang positive, parehas ng idea. Pwede kang gumamit ng connective na additionally, positive connectives. Additionally, moreover, yon. So, kapag naman nagko-conclude tayo, pwede tayong gumamit ng conjunction na, halimbawa, gusto na natin i-end yung statement. Lalagyan na natin siya ng conclusion. Pwede natin gamitin henceforth o kaya therefore. Pag naman sinasalungat natin yung statement, we can use on the other hand, yan. Kasi parang iba na. 'Di ba? Nag-iiba na yung statement. On the other hand, and in contrast, yon, yung mga negative na connectives. Kasi, ang tawag dito, ininegative natin yung susunod na statement. Kasi gusto natin na i-prepare yung reader na, okay, ito, hindi na to ako nagsaside dito. So, ito, iba na to. Nagiging negative na yung sinasabi ko dito. So, kailangan natin ng connective kaya nga siya connective, para siyang bridge or tulay. Kino-connect niya yung idea, hindi yung biglang mamaya, ninenegate niya na pala yung statement, hindi mo alam na ninenegate na niya kasi wala siyang nilagay na connective. Yon. Kaya minsan magulo yung paragraph kasi dali tayo ng sulat. Hindi tayo naglalagay ng additionally, Hindi natin nilalagyan ng mga maliliit na bagay na yon na they are really um, useful in this and writing an argumentative text. So we have modals. Second one, we have evaluative language. And the third one, we have transitions or connectives or conjunctions. Alright, so let's go to the conclusion. Ano ba ang mga pinag-aralan natin ngayon? So we studied what argumentation is. We studied the three patterns in argumentative writing. We have pattern A, B, C. So pattern A, una niya ay thesis statement, dalawang supporting ideas, con or counter-argument, and conclusion. Pattern B naman, thesis statement ulit. And then we have con muna, counter-argument, and then dalawang supportive ideas, and then conclusion. Pattern C, thesis statement ulit, laging ganon. Tapos, wala siyang pro. Wala siyang supporting idea. Puro siya counter-argument na tatlo. At least 3, and then conclusion. And then letter B, we have language features used in argumentative writing. Number 1 is modals. Number 2, evaluative language or adjectives. And third, we have transitions or nagkamali ng sulat si ma'am. It's conjunctions or connectives. Alright, let's go to your module, worksheet. Okay, so ano po bang gagawin dito? So, unti-unti tayong magsusulat ng argumentation at magsisimula tayo sa pag-extract ng pro at con sa issue na to. Ano bang issue natin? Implementation of community quarantine and controlling the spread of COVID-19 infection. Ano bang epekto nitong quarantine na to? Tandaan niyo yung nangyari sa ating quarantine last year na 3 buwan na walang labasan. Pag sinabi nating pro, ibig sabihin tayo ay sumusuporta. Ano bang advantage ng community quarantine? Pahingi si ma'am ng 3. So, makikisulat ako. And then sa con, ano bang disadvantage ng community quarantine? So, 3. 3 lang ang hinihingi ko. And then for learning task 1, punta kayo sa page 11 ng module. Tingnan nyo kung mag-a-agree kayo na mag-a-agree or magdi-disagree kayo. Meron dyang mga statement na nag-e-express ng truth about argumentative text. Para lang siyang true or false. So, alin ba ang totoo at hindi sa argumentative text? Pero ang ilalagay nyo ay agree at disagree. Hindi true or false. Okay? Next, anong gagawin dito sa susunod? Sabi dito, get a copy of an editorial article written in English in an old newspaper or magazine from Google and cut and paste it below. So, kukuha daw po kayo ng editorial. Take note, editorial article, hindi news article. So, nakalagay editorial article, kukunin nyo yun sa newspaper. Ngayon, ma'am, walang newspaper. Okay, mag-print. Okay, pwede na yon. Or ma'am, pwede po bang hindi latest? Pwede rin. Okay, kung ano yung meron kayo dyan sa bahay. So, makikipaste ako doon sa square na yan. Tapos, ang gagawin natin, i-extract natin kung ano ba yun. So, sabi dito, what is the main idea portrayed by the article you have read? So, babasahin nyo yun, yung balitang yun. Tapos, isusulat nyo yung idea tungkol saan daw. Okay, so dahil siya ay editorial article, meron dyang claim. Nakalagay dito, give 3 examples that support the main idea of the article. So, 3 sentence lang ang kailangan ko doon sa loob ng news article. Okay? So, 3 sentence na nagsusupport dun sa idea ng pinaglalaban ng editor or ng author dun sa article na pinili nyo. And then number 3, were you persuaded to believe the claims based on the ideas presented in the material? Ikaw daw ba ay nakumbinse? Kung nakumbinse ka, write yes. Pag hindi, edi no. Tapos you explain why or why not. Alright, so ito namang learning task 4, nakalagay dito, draft an argumentative essay for a given topic. Provide key elements using the template given. So, meron ditong 4. Wala kayong gagawin ha, susulatan nyo lang tong 4. Okay, ito ay preparation para sa totoong argumentative essay, para hindi mabigla. So, makikisulat muna ako ng main argument, yung pros, yung cons, at yung conclusion. So, ano bang topic niyan, ma'am? Nakalagay doon sa taas, conduct of limited face-to-face classes in the time of pandemic. So, ikaw ba ay pro sa face-to-face or hindi ka ba pro sa face-to-face? Makikilagay ng argument. Okay, ano yung stand mo sa issue? Tapos, lagay mo yung pro. Ibig sabihin, yung advantages nun, cons, yung disadvantages nun, and then conclusion. So, ano ba yung stand mo sa huli? Ma-agree ka ba o hindi? Next. Okay, so ito naman. Ito, makinig kayo dito. Anong gagawin dito sa special task 1? Nakalagay dito, language features of an argumentative text. Ito yung pinag-aralan nating tatlo. Kanina, modals, evaluative language, saka transitions. So, pahingi naman ako ng sample words or phrases ng kung ano ba yung mga modals, ano ba yung evaluative language, ano ba yung mga sample ng transitions. Saan yan makikita, ma'am? Nandoon sa module, nandun lahat ng sagot. Tapos, dito naman, hihingi ako ng sentence. Sa 16, 17, 18, makikihingi ako ng tigi-tigisang sentence na may language feature na example. Ayun yung nasa taas, kukuha lang ng tigitig-isa. So, gamit yung language feature na nandun sa taas. So, halimbawa, yung 16, ano yung nasa taas niyang language feature? Modal. 17, ano yung argument, ano yung language feature niya na nasa taas? Evaluative language. So, tigi-tigisa lang na sentence. Okay, special task 2, kokopyahin lang to, pattern A, B, C. Nasaan to? Nasa module ninyo. Nandun lang din ang sagot. Ito yung may thesis statement, supporting ideas, cons, plus refutations, tsaka conclusion. Ano yung pattern ng A, B, at C? Okay, last one. So, ito na dito na kayo gagawa ng sarili ninyong argumentative text, argumentative essay. So, di ba kanina, dun sa pinakita ko sa inyo, draft lang yung main argument, cons, pros, at saka conclusion tungkol sa conduct of limited face-to-face. Dito, gagawa na kayo ng essay ninyo. Pwedeng yun na yung gamitin ninyo. Nakalagay dyan, choose one topic, revival of GMRC and values education. Number 2, implementation of 24-hour curfew for minors ngayong pandemic. Or, dadagdagan ko ng pangatlo, yung conduct of limited face-to-face in times of pandemic. Pwede yung pangatlong topic, yun na rin yung gagawan nyo ng essay. So, ilan po ba, ma'am, ang paragraph na kailangan? Nakalagay dyan ay 4. 4 lang. So, yung unang paragraph, nandun yung main argument ninyo. Yung sinulat nyo kanina, kokopyahin nyo din, pero mas malawak. Di ba pag sinabi nating paragraph, 5 sentence? So, 5 sentence per isang paragraph. So, paragraph 2, ano nandun? Kokopyahan nyo ulit yung pros na isinulat nyo kanina doon sa diagram, tapos lalagyan nyo na siya ng supporting evidences. Ganun din sa paragraph 3, kokopyahin nyo ulit yung sinulat nyo doon sa cons, and then lalagyan ng supporting ideas para maging 5 sentence per paragraph. And then, kopyahin ulit for paragraph 4, you have to copy the conclusion that you made a while ago, and then you have to summarize it and use 5 sentences or more for the last one. So, ano po ba yung mga criteria sa paggawa ng argumentative writing? Sabi dito, grammar. So, kapag yung grammar ay may error na isa, dalawa, 10 points. So, pag may grammar error na 3 to 5, yun ay 8 points. Pag 6 to 8 yung grammar error, yun ay 6 points. And then, pag 9 grammar errors or more, 5 points. So, sa coherence naman, kailangan ay magkaka-relate yon. Paano yun? Paano ko malalaman kung related, marerelate ba sila isa-isa't isa paggamit ninyo ng transition device? So, word count, kailangan 350 to 500 words, 10 points. So, kung 200 to 349 words, yun ay 8 points. 100 to 199 words, merong 6 points. And 99 below, 5 points. So, ang last ay language features and key structural elements. So, the paper is complete for it uses main argument. Yan, kapag, ang tawag dito, kapag nagamit ninyo yung language features, yung modal, transition device, evaluative language, tsaka yung parts, yung main argument. Kung kapag kumpleto yung 4 na paragraph na yon, 10 points. Kapag kulang ng isang key structural element, 8 points. Kapag kalagay the paper lacks, pag dalawa naman, ang nawawala na key structural element ay 6. Kapag naman hindi gumamit ng structural element, yun ay 5 points. Okay? Pag hindi naintindihan, i-repeat ninyo na lang yung video. Okay? I-ano nyo, i-backward ninyo, ganun. So I would like to end my discussion with this quotation. It says here, be willing to be a beginner every single morning by Meister Eckhart. So, ano po ba ibig sabihin nito? All the time, alam ninyo, hindi lahat ng bagay ay alam natin. Okay? So, not everything or not all the time, yun nga, alam natin at master natin ng isang bagay. Tayo, araw-araw, dapat beginner ang isip natin. Kasi kapag inisip na natin na magaling na tayo, hindi na natin kailangan mag-aral. Pero every day is a new chance to learn the things that you haven't learned. Kaya, huwag masyadong madidisappoint sa sarili kapag hindi naman ako marunong magsulat. Hindi naman ako marunong mag-compute sa math. Hindi ko naman kayang tapusin kasi hindi ako magaling. Kasi, talaga namang sa una, hindi naman talaga lahat magaling. So you have to practice and you should consider yourself to be a beginner para hindi kayo nade-depress or niisip ninyo, hindi ko kaya. Kasi lahat tayo nagsimula sa walang alam. So, I want you to remember this, be willing to be a beginner. Lahat nagsisimula sa pagiging beginner before being a master. So, yes, thank you for listening for today's discussion, and please repeat this video if ever na you have to catch up everything that I want to say, and especially for my instructions kung paano sasagutan. Alright, so I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.